Alright, so I'm back, and today, mostly because Matt Baldwin was doing reviews on the Fansporject Headmasters, I figured I'd review the last two that have come out. We'll start with Skullcruncher here. Now, here he is in his crocodile? Alligator? I think it's crocodile. Spike, so I think it's crocodile. But anyway, here's a beast mode, and yeah, looks alright. This transformation up here is a little funky. Gets a little swivel there, little swivel there, swivel, and a ball jointed foot. These do have a really bad tendency of popping off if you put a little too much pressure on them, but for the most part they're fine. Back leg swivel, hinge in and out, and then the feet just hinge. Tail does wag back and forth. The head goes down and mouth opens and closes, and he's got this spinning tongue of death in here. Now, I know a lot of people were disappointed with this figure, especially in comparison to what came before it. And I can definitely see what they're saying. Now, had I bought it for its original retail price, and that's going to be the same thing for the highbrow when we get to him. Had I purchased it for the original retail price, which was like, what was it, like $80 or something like that, some crazy price, I would be in that same boat. But now that these things have been out for a while, you know, paying more than $40 on these things, that would be very rare. So at that price point, I think it's a much more tolerable price. But yeah, let's see here. We pop this open here, and here is the little headmaster dude. Head does not swivel. Arms swivel up and down. Legs can hinge up and down, and hinge at the knee. That's pretty much it. All there is to him. Yep, small, works. And then we fold them at the waist. That'll allow the visor to come down, and then we can close up that, and there is his head. Pretty simple transformation there. Now let's get him into robot mode. You want to pull the tail out, set that off to the side, split the legs, and then hinge them out. Swivel this forward? No. It's been a little while since I transformed this thing. So swivel that out. Yeah, these come forward like this. So the little nub from the tail is kneecap. Close up the foot. This will fold down. This will rotate down there like that. That becomes the foot. Before we do that, we want to fold that piece in. Close it back up. And then this will rotate around and tab in there. Kind of fill in that back leg portion. So it's hollow like a Hasbro figure, but it does an extra step to try and hide that hollowness. Now we want to pull the head back. Rotate the camera up a little bit. Still kind of set for those Target Master dudes. Or the Prime Masters. Alright, so fold the head back, split the chest piece here out, or the shoulder pieces, I guess. This will rotate down, down again, close this up. Take the arms down, flip them around. Fold that up. Rotate the hand around like that. that. Alright, and we take the head here and we plug it in. And there you go. There is a skullcruncher in his robot mode. The tail here, you can flip this out. It's got a little knife there. So it's kind of like a sword, but it's more like a stick with a knife taped to the end. You can hold that just fine. No problems there. I would have preferred if like a gun barrel came out and the handle came down, so it's a rifle. But that's just me, I guess. You can pull this out, and it's got this little tab here, which you can take and plug into the back of his there. So just hold on to it there. And yeah, posability. His head is on a swivel, so you get the left and the right. Oh, what just happened here? Okay, it just stopped rotating. Goes forward. Arms are on ball joints here, so ball joints swivel up and out. There's a hinge here for transformation, but that does give it an extra bend, so you can get a pretty good out. Bicep swivel. Nice deep bend at the elbow. Swivel at the forearm, I guess. Hands do kind of go in and out. I don't like the way the thumb is sculpted in. That's kind of just weird. I would have preferred just the whole fist sculpted in. That would fold into the forearm. I think that would have looked better. This can open up to reveal little missile pods. I think it's more cumbersome than it is cool, but I've never been a fan of the little missile pod gimmick anyway. Waist does swivel, and it's got an ab crunch backwards. Hips are on ball joints, and up, down, in, out. Thigh swivel. It's a little tight, so it pops out. The thigh swivel is a little tight. Double bend knee. Good range there. Foot does rock. And do the hinge here. It can tilt forward, but not really back. And there he is in his robot mode. That is him in a nutshell. So the size comparison, we'll do our typical. And then we'll do all the Decepticon headmasters that Fansporject has done. So here he's with a Voyager. So he's a, you can call him a small Voyager or a big deluxe. There he is with the deluxe. And Legends. So skill wise, I'd say, you know, kind of depending on the skill you're going for, I think it's pretty much right on the money for what I'm looking for headmasters. Now, I know a lot of people want their headmasters to be like the Japanese cartoon, where they're a lot bigger, because my Prime is bigger than this Prime that I'm showing you, because I'm using the Make Toys Prime. So I'm going to grab him real quick, just so that I can show you what I'm talking about. So yeah. So now the Toy World headmasters are closer to the scale, to the Japanese scale, to him, but there ain't no chance in hell that they're ever going to finish. It's just not going to happen. Now the Fansporject finishing, it's questionable, doubtful at this point. But it's still in the realm of possibilities. But Toy World finishing it, it's just not going to happen. And here he is with Weird Wolf and Mindwipe. Unfortunately, I bought this guy from Facebook, and the guy said that he's completely 100% complete, but he didn't come with guns. So that's not 100% complete, is it? But oh well. I stole this from someone, so he's got a nice rifle. And as you can see, he's definitely the biggest of the three. These two are about the same size. And yeah, as far as the Decepticon headmasters go, he's definitely the weakest of the group. I'd put him second, and he's definitely the best. As far as rating goes for him, you know, I mean, he gets a lot of hate. And at $80, I could definitely see that. At $80, I'd probably give him a 6 out of 10. But at $40, I'm going to give him I'll give him an 8. He's a pretty decent figure. Pretty solid. Feels good, kind of chunky. Got the Neo vibe going. And now that we've seen the other options for the Chug scaled headmaster for Skullcruncher, I can definitely say that he's the best of the three options. Because the three options, we got Toy World, which is too big. That's almost like a small masterpiece scale, and it is. The QC was a little. Yeah. And then we got the Hasbro or Takara, whichever one you want to go with, which is riddled with QC issues to the point where they barely stand. So without doing lots of repair work, and he's also very hollow, like noticeably hollow, not just like, oh yeah, of course they're hollow, but he's noticeably hollow. So it's a little irritating there. So I definitely put him above those two. If you're looking for the best version of Skullcruncher for Chug Collection, I'd go with this. He's not I'm not saying he's the best. Great release. I'm just saying he's the best version of Skullcruncher for Chug. But yeah, not terrible, but not hateful. I think he's good. I like him. I enjoyed getting him. When I first got him, I kind of messed with him quite a while. It's like I wanted to do a review on it right away, but since I had other things that were newer coming out that I needed to look at, and he just kept getting pushed into the back. And yeah. But anyway, Skullcruncher, not that bad.